Hi and welcome back to day 3 of mind mapping and an overview of mind mapping. Today we're going to talk about the uses and benefits of mind mapping, and we're then going to move into a more practical component and add some pictures, insert some notes and stylize our mind map that we was working with yesterday. So, a couple of the uses and benefits of mind mapping. So, organizing. For projects, personal, brainstorming, it allows you to put information collated into a neat and tidy area that you can visually see, and then you're able to action that. Meetings. It's especially useful for whether you're planning agendas, note taking. For example, with a lot of our clients, we'll sit down, we'll be taking notes, information of a project, we put it straight into MindGenius, and then we can then change that into the client's bigger mind map and then turn that into task management for our team, as well as more note taking and reports and project reports. So it's very, very useful from a meeting point of view. Training, when you're doing any form of preparation of planning on training or a training format, whether it's for, we've got a lot of clients that are using it for, say, health and safety. We also do a lot of business development training, which MindGenius or mind mapping is especially useful. Brainstorming, so just gathering information, ideas, organizing them. Put a timer down for 30 or 45 minutes. We cover the brainstorming in a little bit of detail in our webinars, so if you haven't been on one of our webinars yet, do get on one of those. Presenting, when you're presenting information either on a webinar or live or in a full presentation conference mode or just as a one-on-one, it's very useful. We have a lot of people in many sectors that will use the mind mapping for presenting information to their client base because it's visual and it gets the information across very easily. Communication. Interesting and precise, easy to understand. With text or the way that it can be written, sometimes it can be misunderstood, whereas when you visually do a mind map, both with text, colors, pictures, very, very little misunderstanding can actually happen. And memorizing. Because your map is visual, and when you follow the laws and the rules of mind mapping, it increases your own ability as well as the people that you're showing it to recall times, places, information, which also means because that information is being recalled at a much more detailed and quicker rate, you and whoever you're giving it to is a lot more productive. So now we've covered some of the key items for the benefits of mind mapping. What I'm going to now do is bring up our mind map, and we're then going to add in some pictures. I'm going to show you how to do some notes, stylize the mind map a little bit further, and then we can go from there. Okay, so now we have the map up that we was working with yesterday. So let's jump right in and let's stylize the map a little bit more. So what I'm going to do here is we finished yesterday by adding some numbers and some colors and so on. These branches here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to color these and format them slightly different. So what we're actually able to do is change some of the branch shapes. As you can see here, as I'm hovering over these actually change. We can also change the color of what they filled in very easily, so we've got quite a few different options here. We've also got a boundary style, so we can actually change whether they're in cloud format or just circles or squares, etc. So as you can see here, by making some of these quick changes, you're actually able to see that this, for number one, for who, is actually very much highlighted above the others. So to further customize your mind map, you can insert gallery images as well as your own pictures. So to insert gallery images, you can just go to the menu area here, click on gallery, And the gallery loads just down on the left hand side. You'll see in the previous video we covered a little bit of this, so we've loaded in many different style icons that you can use, ranging from dates to compliance, currencies, you name it, it's here. Got a large range of this. Now, if you don't want one of our picture galleries, you're actually able to insert one of your own images. So all you do is you just left click on where you want that to be. You then click on picture, and then you can choose a picture that you want, and you can just double click on that picture, and you'll see that that picture's been added there. So what I'm going to do is, now this map's starting to get a little bit bigger, I'm going to zoom in just on who, just by using the Map Explorer on the left hand side. I'm going to left click once, and what this does, this just temporarily removes all the other content, so I can just focus on this area here. I'm going to double click on this image, and you can see this is the image that I've put in here. So you can change the size of it just by doing this. I'm just increasing the size. I'm going to click OK, and you'll see that the image has actually changed in size. The other option that you've got for changing the image size is you can actually do it here just by these quick picture resizes. You can also change the position of this as well, whether you want it to be below, left, right. So as you can see, by adding pictures and information into your mind map, you can then start to customize the look and the feel to the points and the information that you want to get across. Now, another key factor is whenever you're doing any information on a mind map is that you may want to take notes. So on the notes field, you'll see that when we've loaded the gallery up, you'll see that there's a pencil here. If we left click once on that, you'll see that we're presented with a notes field here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some notes in here now. So as you can see here, I've put some notes in here, so you can either type notes out or you can copy and paste notes in here. Once I've finished with those notes, you then can just click on the next one. Now what you'll see is that you'll see that there's a small pencil icon here that has appeared, and what that represents is that that's telling me that there's notes on this item. So if I left click once to highlight it, you'll see that all the notes have actually appeared down on the left hand side, and you can do this for any of the other ones as well, just by simply either copying and pasting content in, or you can type directly into this text box here. So I hope you found that very useful. So tomorrow what we're going to do, we're going to explore our templates in a little bit more detail, so of existing templates that we have, to show you a little bit more about what they can do for you. We're also going to look about adding floating pictures, adding text and mental connections on mind mapping, and the key uses of how that works for you as well. Again, I hope you found this extremely useful, and we'll be speaking with you tomorrow with more information. Look forward to seeing you then.